Hello again. I'm going to talk about some tips that you can use when you're actually talking to deaf people. So number one is always face me. If you're talking to me, don't walk and talk into a total different room. I have no clue what you said anymore. I might be deaf where I'm actually lip reading. I can't see your lips anymore. So make sure when you're talking to any deaf person, always stay correctly in front of them, showing your face. If you're outside, check the noises around you. If there's music playing back there, or there's a big group of people standing over here and they're all talking, take the deaf person and walk away into more of a private setting. So one-on-one, they can understand you. They have hearing aids, which all that does is a microphone amplifies all the noise around them. So now, not just you are talking to me, that group of 10 people talking, that person playing the music over there, all of those are streaming into my hearing aid. And you want me to understand you. It's kind of impossible. So take a little walk, go over by the tree somewhere, or go somewhere else that's a little bit more private. Same goes when you're inside, especially like if you're in a restaurant. Don't go to busy restaurants and then expect your your hard of hearing or your deaf friend to understand you. There's way too much background noise going on. So when I go into a restaurant with my girlfriends, I tell them first, let's pick somewhere I know that isn't going to be really busy. It's going to be quiet. Let's also ask for a table in the back or where it's quieter. When you come in, they group everybody together. Ask them to sit somewhere else. They can say no, but then as soon as my friends say, my girlfriend is actually deaf, and it helps us to have conversations with her when we're not around a group, they usually say no problem. The other thing is make sure the lighting is correct. As soon as you take the lights off, you also take my chances of reading your lips and understanding your facial expressions. Totally gone away. I can sit outside with my girlfriends, we can be sitting around a beautiful campfire, then all of a sudden I can't see them. So what do? I put more wood on the fire. Crackling and light comes up, then I can see my friends again, and I am no longer taken out of the situation. So many things that take deaf people and isolate them away that hearing people don't actually even notice. It's not your fault. You just don't notice. The other thing is make sure your distancing position. If you're sitting right in front of me, I cannot click what you're saying. I need to be able to see you. I need to see your body language. I need to see your expression on your face. I need to see your hands, especially if you're talking with your hands. Make sure you speak clearly and enunciate. None of us mind if you talk a little slower like this. That's totally fine, but don't yell. Yelling, increasing your voice does not make a difference. You could whisper to me with no volume at all, and I can understand you better that way than if you start yelling at me and bringing me up to this level. It doesn't help at all. As long as you're moving your lips, looking at me, making expressions like if you're mad, don't be sitting like this because you're really mad at me. If you're mad, make the face that you're mad. If you're cold, go like this. If you're happy, make the happy face. We put 80% of the language in with just the way you're looking. We don't even need this part to see how you're feeling up here. You're tired, your eyes are usually draggy like this. I don't need my mouth to see what's wrong here. I'm excited, I'm scared. There's all sorts of things you can do. So make sure that you enunciate. Do not cover your mouth. If you have a mustache, please trim it. Do not have a mustache laying over here where I can't even see your top lip anymore. Kind of hard to make the words out. Trim it. Mustaches are great, but make sure it's trimmed. Do not mumble. Do not speak under your breath. Do not chew gum or eat food while you're trying to have a conversation with a deaf person. First, that's just gross. Second, we can't understand you. And, well, back to number one, That's just gross. I don't want to see your food either. Make sure if there's more than one of you speaking, you take turns. My problem is I can't understand every word you're saying. So you might have a sentence of 20 words, and I'm going to pick out the 3rd, the 8th, the 9th, maybe the 15th, and I'm going to put the story together for myself. But if Sally over here is talking to me and I'm trying to figure out what her story is, and then Joe jumps in when Sally's not done, I'm got to switch over to here, and I've missed the last half of what she's saying, and then she's take turns. Make sure the deaf person finish your thought. Finish your thought. It's pretty much what you learned in kindergarten. You can do this. If I don't understand you, repeat. Do not get mad at me. Don't throw your hands up in disgust or just roll your eyes. If a deaf person sees you roll their eyes, they're thinking, I'm not worth your time anymore. I'm not important enough to you to repeat yourself. And if I still don't understand you, get out the good old paper and pen, or nowadays, your phone. You can text me a message. You can go into notes. You can write it down what you're saying. Or if you've already learned sign language, even just alphabet, you can sign it with your name. All of these things together make it not as an impossible word to have a conversation and communicate openly with deaf people, hard of hearing people. Why isolate when you don't have to? The biggest thing in the world right now is connection and being with each other. We live this daily. We don't have to worry about where the world is putting this on us. We are always isolated when we are mixed in with other people of different languages. If you were to travel to Russia and you don't speak Russian, and you were plunked in the middle of Russia, you would have a really, really hard time. So as people of this generation, it would be awesome to make sure you remember these things next time you're having a conversation or meeting somebody new that is hard of hearing or deaf. Thank you.